but stay tuned for that. But let's jump into our top stories. We're talking about the Abu Dhabi terror attack. The UAE has now called the UN for a meeting after the Houthis' effort to spread terrorism and chaos. So as you guys know, at 10 a.m. On January 17th, UAE time, the Houthi militias targeted the Musafa ICAD 3 area and also a new construction area of Abu Dhabi airport, both of which are civilian infrastructures. So the attacks, which led to the explosion of 3 petroleum tanks, killed 2 Indian civilians and 1 Pakistani civilian and injured 6 other civilians, and our thoughts and prayers are with their families. The Houthis confirmed responsibility for these attacks, and since then we've had many leading powers have raised public support to the UAE, and now the UAE is calling to the UN Security Council for a meeting. So they submitted a letter to Norway, which is the UN Security Council president for the month of January, requesting a meeting of the council to address the Houthi terrorist attack. The letter condemns the Houthis of targeting the civilians and civilian objects, which is in flagrant violation of international law, and it calls on the council to unequivocally condemn the Houthi attacks with one voice. It reads, the UAE strongly condemns the Houthis' targeting of civilians and civilian objects in flagrant violation of the law. That was said by Lana, who's the permanent representative of the UAE to the UN. And the UAE expresses its condolences, of course, to the families of the deceased and wishes those and all involved a speedy recovery.
It also goes on to say that illegal and alarming escalation is a further step in the Houthis' effort to spread terrorism and chaos in our region. It is another attempt by the Houthis using the capabilities they have unlawfully acquired in the defiance of the UN sanctions to threaten peace and security. Now, the United Arab Emirates calls on the Security Council to speak with one voice and join in firmly and unequivocally condemning those terrorist attacks, which were launched in complete disregard of international law. So a lot of just, it's really sad. Like, our thoughts and prayers, like you said, are going out to the families of the deceased. And I think as one just international body, we should raise our voice against terrorism in all.
100%. And I think what we're seeing is, and if you follow the government updates on Twitter, WAM.ae, you'll get all of the updates of so much support flooding in from the US. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, he received a call from Imran Khan, Prime Minister of the Republic of Pakistan, who expressed his condemnation of the Houthi attacks. And we're getting that from everywhere: Jordan, France, Greece, the UK, the US, Israel, India. Everyone is expressing their support. I think the main thing is just that our thoughts are with the families, because there was attacks on civilian areas. And I think that's kind of the bit that can touch home to so many of us. Musafa is a place that my friends lived in Abu Dhabi when they were teaching there, so I know the area well. So it really is very close to home, and it's a very scary time. And we know that the UAE is reaching out to the UN to basically put a stop to the madness.
It's brilliant to see expats, especially in these testing times, sticking with the country, sticking with the leadership, just giving all its support and not taking the time to be like, we need your assurance. None of that. It's just them showing their full-on support to the government here, which is amazing.
100%.
As usual, the UAE's expats are just amazing. Now, moving on, full-time employees